Good morning. This is Chris from AM PM Runs. It is in the AM. It is 8 something. I woke up about an hour and a half later than I needed to, so I'm going to speed run the start of this. Today is going to be our long run. It's going to be 10 miles. Like I said last week, I wanted to do all my long runs on the trail, but that's probably not it's probably not going to happen today. It is not going to happen today. I just don't have enough time. I end up working later today, so I got to go run 10 miles and then get ready to go to work. But in contrast to last week, I do have some fun stuff today. I got some sweet trail running socks that I'm going to test and run in today. They're just taller socks from Features. Not sponsored, I wish I was. Hopefully they're super cushioned. I'm doing like a kind of race fit setup today. I want to make sure everything I have works good and for a long run. So I got my vest, and this is the shirt I'm going to wear. The only thing I'm missing is my shorts because I wore them for my last week's long run and I just haven't done the laundry. All right, the big show today, the big reveal. Today's video and the next 2 weeks of videos are going to be run in these shoes. Wrong way. In these shoes. It's going to be in the Mount to Coast H1s. We are going to spend the next 2 weeks in these shoes testing them to make sure that they work for my half marathon, and to make sure, not even just make sure, just to check them out. I've never had a Mount to Coast shoe. I've heard a lot about them. I've seen tons of reviews on their more intense trail shoes, the T1, and I think the Road one is their racing road shoe. They're not super my normal realm of shoes I'd be interested in, but this shoe has been popping up everywhere for a pretty good trail shoe. Specifically Road 2 trail shoe, which is why I'm going to be running today on the road with it. I believe the lugs are only 2 or 3 millimeters, so they're not anything too intense. You can kind of see it like up close. They're not very thick. It has this cool dual lacing system to help prevent rubbing and expansion when your feet start to swell. I'm excited to see how it all comes together. I'll talk more a little later about these shoes as I run in them more. Like I said, I woke up late, so I kind of just want to get out there and run. But I also wanted the big reveal of opening them for y'all. So I'm really excited to give these shoes a try. They look nice and wide, so I'm hoping that prevents any of the rubbing issues that I was dealing with the Adidas. So these are the Adidas replacements, and we'll see how they go. Right now, you'll know before I will, because I'll have to wait 2 hours. You'll know right now. See you guys in a minute. Just found the craziest path. That's cool. Feeling great. Just past 10K. Set my new best. These shoes feel great. The weather's great. I'm excited to see my total time. Okay, back to ready. Well, finished my 10 miler to start the week. It's very weird the way my schedule is lined up, but it just works out that most of the time a long run makes more sense on Tuesday, which is kind of like my first day of the week, as I don't work on Tuesday, Wednesdays, so it's kind of like my Saturday, if that makes sense. So it's just the way it works out. It's the only time I can really put aside like an hour or more, so I can crack out the other runs way earlier. But that's besides the point. You'll see all that for the rest of the week's journey. I'm really, really happy. So a couple goals I had today was, towards the end of last week's long run, I really
tanked. My speed went way slower because my feet were really hurting from the shoes. I just really lost steam. So I didn't want to lose steam. I didn't want a single interval over 9 minutes. I wanted everything under 8 minutes because my goal pace for the half is 9:10. I just want under 2 hours. So I'm trying to train to be faster than that. So even if it's a bad morning, I still have a good shot. It also never started raining. I kept thinking it was going to. I met all those goals. I think my longest was 8:50, which I'm really, really, really happy about. I'll have to look at what my average was. I'm too ecstatic to just record and talk about it. The shoes were great. The hydration and fueling was great. I'll go over those probably later in the week. I'll just talk about what I bring for my runs just to spice it up, because there's a couple shorter recovery runs this week. I'm so happy. I ran 10 miles in 1 hour and 23 minutes. So last week was 9.3 miles in 1 hour and 22 minutes. So 1 minute longer, and I crushed 0.7 miles more. I'm really, really happy with the outcome. The shoes were great. I had to pause for a millisecond to retie the left one at around 7 miles because I think my foot started to swell because it's quite hot out today. So I had to retie that, but after that, no problems. They're absolutely fantastic. The socks worked great, no rubbing, nothing uncomfortable. I went through some thick mud at one point because I had to avoid a bike, and the ground was way more wet than I thought. Didn't slip, which was good. No intrusion by all the mud that's now on my shoe, which was bound to happen. I don't know why their trail shoes are white. I say that they had a darker colorway, but I picked the white ones because I'm stupid. But yeah, I think the run went really good. I'm really excited for the rest of the week. Meeting my goal right off the bat, I'm chilling. So I'm gonna head home, refuel, and then get excited for tomorrow's run. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
Good evening. It is late at night, 9 o'clock. That's the PM part of the AM PM runs. Quite tired. I just ate too, so we'll see how that works for the runs. Gonna do a 15-minute recovery and then a 35-minute recovery, kind of the same as last week. I didn't get to run yesterday. Today's Thursday, so I kind of took my rest day in the middle of the week, which works out because it was right after my long run. I've been feeling a little sore-throated. If you can't see, it's like 58 degrees outside, so it's a little chilly. Not too bad, but I just don't want to play any games with the cold weather and getting sick before my race. Running in the Mount Coast, like I said, I'll be running for every week in them, every day this week. So we'll see how that goes. I messed with them yesterday. I tried swapping the insoles to these other ones that were supposed to help because I pronate really hard, and I kind of didn't get them back in right, the ones that came with it. So we'll see. I've been kind of annoyed with myself for messing with them at all, but it's also probably just a sensitivity thing to having had like the orthopedic soles in there and then taking them back out. But yeah, I'm excited. Just gonna go for a nice easy run for 50 minutes. Yeah, 35, 15. Yeah, 15-minute little easy recovery run. And I'll just go over how the shoes feel. Hoping to still really like them. Last time fell in love with them, so I hope the little weirdness I have with the insole right now doesn't really bother in the long run. But I guess I'll find out. Let's go.
I just did the 15-minute recovery run, and the shoes on the left feel great, but the right side is all jacked up from the insoles. So I just retied them and readjusted them again. And we'll see how that works for the 35-minute run. I don't know. I'm really frustrated that I moved the insoles around. So like no matter what I do, I can like feel it actively, like kind of like I'm constantly aware that there's like an insole there, which is just weird. Normally it's just like feels like the bottom of the shoe. So we'll see. I'll keep playing with it for 35 minutes of this run, and we'll see how it goes. See you in a minute. I'm just trying to ignore how it feels. It's kind of working. I don't know, it might be mental. We'll see. I got a week and some change to figure it out. Well, I finished my 35-minute run. I ended up at like a 9:19 pace. I actually meant to do a lot slower for my recovery run, but I'm gonna be honest, the pain in my foot was like, I don't know, it was keeping me on my toes, so I was moving faster than I wanted. At the end of the second run though, I just had a novel idea. But I just did it on the right foot, which means I need to do it on the left foot now. Since it seems to be the insoles giving me this problem and not just the shoes. The shoes are great. That's my solution. Taking the insoles out and running without a sole in the bottom. Do I need an insole? Probably. Should I have one in here? Probably. Am I gonna run right now with one in there? Nope. We're gonna see how much better it feels. It certainly feels roomier. Not that they felt tight or anything before, but yeah, they have a nice breath to them now. Gotta really tighten them though. Overall, I think the runs went pretty good. I just really need to figure out the shoe thing, so quite frankly, I have all night. So I'm going to be running around my neighborhood doing laps until I can figure this out. Figure out what I've done. And if it just appears that I've screwed my foot up by trying on those insoles and showing my feet what it's like to have normal feet, that's unfortunate, because they weren't very comfortable. Alright. It's also not cold enough. This jacket. I've learned. Alright, let's try this without any insoles. Well, there's a lot to unpack after that series of runs. So the first 15 minutes, honestly, the first 15 and the first 35, so the first 50 minutes of running can kind of be combined into the same summary of just, the insoles were heavily disagreeing with me. Speaking of, gotta whip them both out. They heavily disagreed with my right foot, so I ended up taking them out and seeing how the run felt for that. And to answer that, the run felt a lot better, but I think I absolutely bashed one of my toenails from my foot sliding forward, because I lost the little grippies here. Yeah, definitely gonna lose that toenail. That's okay. It's the same one I've lost before. But the shoes felt a lot better without the insole at all in them. But that also doesn't really work. So I guess tomorrow morning, maybe I'll try running with those orthopedics in here again. Go back to the drawing board on that. Like I said, they actually were totally fine that first day. I messed it up by taking them out, which I keep doing repeatedly now.
It's like they can't find their home anymore, and I just keep trying to guess where it should be, and I can't figure it out. And so I gotta keep experimenting. I don't know if it's the laces down at the bottom. I need to hone in more, tighten them up. Really don't know. Something. I'll figure it out by next week, because they were perfect yesterday. It's just gonna be a matter of playing around with them over and over and over again, which is good because that's what the goal was. I think I'm at like 15 or 16 miles in these shoes now. Like I said, I really like them. My only caveat is the whole insole debacle, but that's kind of 100% my fault. So I don't have anything to blame. They hold up really nice. I get a nice bounce and pop and energy return. They don't have a plate or anything in them. They feel like a really, really good daily trainer. They're not cushioned like the Vomeros, but they're kind of poppy. I don't know. They're kind of one of those you gotta feel it to get it kind of thing. Very nice. Super light. They felt way lighter without the insoles in them, which is very funny. I think it's just because I was right on top of the foam bouncing around, but big fan. I'm going to continue running in them on the road and street and the trails once I'm done with my half, but for now all my test experiments are with the intention of running the half in them in just a couple days. All right, insoles back in so I don't lose them. I don't feel it rubbing on the side right now. I don't feel it rubbing on the side at all. I'm so confused. So all I did was, run in them without the insoles, and then put the insoles back in, retied them again, and I don't feel any rub or anything weird. I wonder if I just beat it down running without the insoles in it. Huh. Interesting.
Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. This is only my third run of the week. Well, I ran 3 times in one day, but it doesn't super count. This is my third planned run of the week. I wanted to run yesterday, but just ended up not running. I wanted to run in the morning, but I slept in way too hard because the night before I ran a bunch. But I have good news. Update since the last time. This is the first time I've put them on since I put them on at the end of that recording. I somehow in that little segment put the soles back in at the perfect spot. I don't feel any rub or anything, so I'm really excited for today. Problem should be solved. I'm never taking these insoles back out, which I can't believe I've never had it not go right back in the right spot. But no, so far we're good. Today we're going to be doing a speed run. It's going to be, I believe, 5 minutes. It's a 6-minute warm-up, 5 minutes at 10K pace, a couple minutes at 5K pace, I think a couple mile, 5K, 10K. It's like a pyramid style where it's like slower, faster, fastest, slower, slowest, kind of, if that makes sense. So I'll update you guys how that goes. I'm kind of running quick. I also woke up late again today. Yay, so happy. It's so cold and I'm so tired. Time changes tomorrow. It's November 1st today, so hopefully that'll help get sleep back. But yeah, I'm really excited to run. I'm dressed in a jacket and my socks and shoes that I'm gonna wear for my race, so I'm excited. I have this really thick, heavy shirt on. I got it to kind of help try and simulate running with a heavier, it's hard to explain. This shirt is so heavy. But I got it because I thought it would help me strength train by it being so heavy. but it has the opposite effect today where it's keeping me very warm. So it's like 50 degrees outside today. So, all right, let's go for the run. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Really excited about the shoes because I was in love with them that first day, and then the last day it was all sad, but today I think we're back. So let's go run. They feel good. I'm really happy. Well, I'm in my car going over the run from the day, which, you know what that means? That means that I am strapped for time and I'm in a rush. Today is my sister's bridal shower, so that's really exciting. I have to go run some errands and then I gotta come back and help. But of course I need my run in today before any of that. So run's over. It was a quick little speed run session. I realized when I described it as a pyramid earlier, that wasn't necessarily true. It was more like a ladder climb. The interval sections were, it was a 6-minute warm-up, and then it was 5 minutes at 10K pace, 2.5 minutes at 5K pace, and then 1 minute mile pace, and then 2 30-second sections in a row at my best pace, and then running it back. And the goal was to go back down the ladder faster. So all of my time should have improved from the first half to the second half. Luckily for me, all of them did except for one. And the one that didn't, I was off by like 3 seconds or so. I was just over 7 minutes for the mile section. And then I was just over 7 minutes for the mile section on the way back down. But then the 5K and the 10K sections, I went a lot faster. I made steady, good improvements there, which was good for me because I'm really trying to take notice and care for my body towards the later stages of runs, because I want to be able to pick it up towards the end of the half marathon next week. I want to be able to find my groove, stay in it as long as I can, and then maybe the last 5K or a little less, probably 3K, I just want to fire it off and go as fast as I can. Not as fast, obviously I'm not going to push it to where I can't finish the race right at the end, but I want to get steadily faster right at the end, kind of like a procedural, what is it called? It's something for pacing where you slowly get past faster and faster. I'm not 100% sure what it's called. I'm trying to think. It's like a gradual increase, but there's like a specific running term for that kind of pace, but right now, can't think of it. I'm in the hurry. Oh, this is a mess. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I woke up 40 minutes late and then just jumped out of bed and started getting ready to go on my run. It's 50 degrees outside. It was cold. I warmed up pretty quickly, which is something I wanted to talk about. I'm not 100% sure. My run's next week. It starts at 7 a.m. I ran today at 7:45 to 8 is around when I started. And it was like 50 degrees and I was cold, really cold right at the start. But very quickly, I was sweating through my jacket. Probably about 10 minutes in, I'd say I warmed up. And then I was frustrated because I had this floppy jacket with me the whole time. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do for half marathon day. I might just suck it up and be cold until I can start running, because I don't want to deal with a jacket for an hour and a half. I only ran like 34 minutes today, but I don't want any excess stuff on me, if that makes sense. It's kind of frustrating because all of my workout and running clothes, I live in Florida, all my workout and running clothes are the shortest shorts, the thinnest shirts that are comfortable and stuff. Like, everything is made to not bother me in the heat, so nothing really protects me when it's for some reason cold. So I'm really excited to figure out what I'm gonna do that day. I'll probably just crank the heat in my car on the drive over and then just kind of suffer for the first 10 to 20 minutes while I warm up. I probably warmed up faster today because of the jacket and I had a heavy shirt on, but we'll see. That's mostly it. I'm really happy with how the run came out today. I wore them out to coast. As you saw, the insole issue seems to have fixed itself. I felt it slightly, very slightly at a couple corners maybe. But overall, there was no pain, no rub, or anything that completely went away. So I got very lucky. When I put them in, the insoles back in for the 10th time, they finally went back into the right spot, and now I got no problem. Today's run, I ran in my socks and the shoes I plan to run in for the half marathon. So I'm really happy. Those seem to be working good for my setup. I've run one more run this week. It's gonna be tomorrow's speed run. Should be about 7.5 miles. I believe it's like 1.25 miles warm up, and then 5 miles at 10K or 5K pace, something like that. It'd be funny if it's 5K pace, but it's more. It's gotta be 10K pace for 5 miles. And then a 1.25 mile cool down at the end. So I'm kind of excited for that. It's a bit different than any of the structured runs I've done before. So here's hoping. That's nice and easy and fun. It's gonna be cold again, but it's good to just get used to it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm off to the store, and then I'm gonna work on just chilling and recovering today. And that's all. Today's run went well. I'm happy. Everything seems to be lining up right for a good half marathon. It's gonna be my first. I have a simple-ish goal of under 2 hours. If I could do steadily faster than that, I'd be really happy. It just depends on how I wake up and how everything goes for the race, but I'm really excited. I think I can beat 2 hours. I'm pretty confident in myself. That's my one goal. If I can do better than that, I'll be over the moon. So thanks for hanging out for this day. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Sunday for our last run of the week. I know there haven't been a lot of runs this week. It's probably a lot shorter of a video, but I've been trying to be more concise and ramble less, which I'm rambling right now. So I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you guys in just a minute, but it'll be tomorrow for me.
Good morning, guys. It is Sunday. It is the last day of the week and the last day of our running for the week. Say we have an 8K long run. It's 1.25 miles at warm-up pace, 5 miles at a tempo pace, which I really don't know what I'm going to go for today. We'll just see how I'm feeling. And then 1.25 miles cool down. I'm really excited. I think I kind of went over it a little bit yesterday. But I got on the Mount to Coast again. I originally said I'm gonna wear these for the next 2 weeks just to make sure everything's good, but I think everything's good. So I'll probably switch back to other shoes for this next week. At least just my Vomeros. I think for my taper, I'm going to mostly just be doing warm-up-y and recovery paces. I might do a couple strides, but I don't want to really tax my legs or feet too much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go for a nice 8K. It's a gorgeous morning out. We just had our time change, so we're gained an hour of sleep last night, and it's kind of like it was 8 a.m. So the sun's a little higher than it normally is at this time, because it's only 7:39. I actually managed to wake up on time. But that's probably because I got an extra hour of sleep, so yeah, close enough. Okay, I'm gonna go for the run, let you guys know how it is afterwards, and then go over how the week went. Don't have a lot to say this week about the runs. The shoes ended up fixing themselves. I just feel like everything worked out pretty well, so good week, good runs. Let's have our last one be good. I was gonna say let's finish it off with a good one. I bailed on it and I shouldn't have. Bye. Hey, almost halfway. Going through my favorite part of the trail.
Well, I'm back to no tripod because I forgot it and I'm too lazy to go inside and then come back out after that run. So I just finished my 7.5. It was 12K, which is like 7.46 miles. It was a tempo. It was 1.25 recovery-esque, like a warm-up pace, 8K, 5 miles at tempo pace, and then 1.25 cool down. I think that's the third time I've now said that in this video, and I'm sorry. It's just the way I have it set up in my head to go through stuff. It was a good run. It's a hard run. I did a lot yesterday. It was my sister's bridal shower, so we were kind of busy socializing and hanging out the entire day. It was a very long day, and I ran in the morning. It was fun. It was obviously fun. I'm just like tired. I ate a lot, but it wasn't like my usual long run type food because I don't know. It didn't really dawn on me until I was running that 7.5 miles is kind of far. Normally I bring like my best if it's over 10K. But I viewed it as like, oh, well, it's only like 5 real miles of running because 1.25 warm up, 1.25 cool down. It hurt like 7.5 miles. So that was kind of silly of me. I got really thirsty and kind of parched, but all good. I set a new 10K record, 50 minutes and 30 seconds. So in the last like 2 weeks, I think I've gone from a 54 down to a 50. I've knocked like 4 full minutes off. I'm really happy with that. It just feels like all my effort's been worth something. This is probably the last longer run until my half. I'm now 6 days out from it. So this is probably the last one I'm gonna really push a long run. I haven't actually done longer than a 10 mile, but I don't wanna skip in my half marathon training plan because I also have another one in December that I'm gonna just continue my current plan. I just kind of have to pause for a week and do my own thing, which will be next week. It'll mostly be recovery runs and just keeping it chill, but keeping the mileage up. But definitely less pushing myself, more sleep, more carbs for the run because I think I just burned through it really quickly. It was a nice morning out. It was pretty cold when I started, but it warmed up pretty quickly. I think the time change helps because right now it is 9, but it's 10, so it's kind of warmed up a bit, which is good because I was worried about the temperature for next week, so looks like that won't be as much of an issue. Speaking of issues, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or the Mount to Coast in the room. I love these shoes. The insoles have finally gotten fixed up. I just luckily got them in. You guys literally saw it happen. They're fantastic. I had a couple moments where I was running today where I was just like, these are good. These are good shoes. Like every once in a while, a lot of the time I find they feel like really good daily trainers, kind of similar to the Nike Pegasus Plus, which I know I said in the last video I don't really like, but I do. They're just kind of trainer. They're just kind of plain trainer vibes. And these every once in a while will give more of like a super shoe kickoff, like a Light Strike Pro kind of feel. And I really like that. Sometimes you just need to push a little harder or you need a little bit bounce back from it. And it just seems to come alive in those moments. You step a little harder, you get a little bit more back. It's really satisfying. Really big fan. I'll probably, after the half marathon, do a full review. I think I'm at 25 miles now in these shoes between, I think, this week. Like right now it's at 25. So I should be at about 30 plus, probably 30, almost 40 when it's time for the review. So yeah, I think I'll be attuned enough to be able to talk about them. It'll literally become one of my highest mileage shoes really quickly because normally I rotate them out. My other high ones are like the Vomeros and the Adios Pro 4s and my Strungs. Those all have like 30 to 50, but I like to swap out my daily trainers and experiment with shoes, so these have really creeped in. The upper is really nice and breathable. I don't really find any hot spots at any point. This is really kind of see-through. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if you can see my hand through it a little bit. That's more like my fingers pushing up though, but it's really breathable. This upper here, the toe liner, kind of to prevent any rocks or any bashing. I haven't done like a proper trail run in them, but I haven't noticed any issues even when I do stub my foot or misstep. Like I said, I haven't done a big trail or anything. That'll be this weekend, but the outsoles held up really good. You can see all the little nubs. They're pretty good, pretty grippy. I've run through a lot of the mornings was very wet from night rain, just slippery concrete, and I didn't have any issues. The upper material is kind of thick. Up in the top here, it's kind of hard to see, but this material is kind of thick. But like I said, it's been cold, so it might get a little warmer in the warmer months, but I didn't really notice any issues with my feet heating up. The heel counter is really padded. It's nice and plush. It's good. The tongue is pretty breathable. Big fan. I guess I'm kind of reviewing it right now, so I'll stop before this video is 37 minutes long too. Just to say they're definitely going to work, and I'm really happy with them. Overall this week, I'm really happy with all my runs, and I can't wait for the half on Saturday. My goal is under 2 hours. I think I might be able to do like 150, maybe a little less. We'll find out. We'll find out together next week, same time, Tuesday. But yeah, that's all I got. Hope you've enjoyed my journey of shoe hunting and running for this week, and I'll see you guys next week for the results of the hard work. Thanks for watching.